you had a chance to review Saturday?
Not just yet. We had a quick meeting just then, but reviews about midday, so we'll go through everything then.
How do you see it? Do you see it as a missed chance, or do you see it as a really stirring, effort?
Yeah, I guess it's hard to say. Obviously, to go so close is a good effort, I suppose, but to lose games like that, it's pretty disappointing. So to be in front by a fair bit seems to be a bit of a waste. But in saying that, we played some great footy and showed what we can do.
First game against another club since September last year. How'd you pull up?
A little bit sore actually, and being a wet day, playing Sydney, very physical, so it's a bit sore, and the flight home didn't help. But we've got a nice break, and going into Sunday's exciting.
What about the second up now? Is there a concern that it might be more difficult to get up for the second game than it is the first?
No, I don't think so. I think we have, as I said, an 8-day break, which is coming at a good time, I guess. And playing Sunday afternoon at the G, Hawthorn, massive game. It's pretty exciting, so I think all the boys will get up, no worries.
Just on the Hawks,
yeah.
They were pretty mean and menacing yesterday. What did you think about what you saw?
Yeah, they were pretty impressive. Obviously playing a fantastic team in Geelong as well, so we're going to have to play some good footy to match them, and I think that the game we won and lost in the contest, so hopefully we can get that right.
You mentioned you saw it. Do you think you're sorer than you would be after a normal round one game because of the pre-season?
No, I don't think so. I think the other factors like the weather and Sydney being so physical, you're always going to pull up sore from games like that.
Could you feel yourself tiring, or the team tiring? I mean, you're in the back line and it was coming down like waves. Could you feel it happening and finding it hard to stop?
It was sort of funny. The game went in sort of ebbs and flows. I felt like we were on top for a fair bit of the game, but Sydney being the team they are, fought back hard, and felt a couple of times like late in the second quarter, and then again obviously in the last quarter they really got a run on and they were very hard to stop.
Is the consensus from you guys? I mean, we heard from Hurley that he just thought you ran out of legs. Is that consensus from the players as well?
I don't know if we ran out of legs. I think that our running form on the track and for the pre-season has been quite good, but I think they sort of just wore us down. Their physicality, blokes like Kennedy and Parker when he was out there, that's what they got us with. I think their body use and the way they won the footy in close was where they wore us down.
A couple of other clubs got on to the GS. Did any of you boys go down and have a look?
Yeah, there was a handful of boys that went in. One of the Essendonians has a nice box there, so I think BJ took a few of the young guys in and a few of the older boys went as well. So.
What'd you make of it? What'd you make of Hawthorn?
Yeah, as I said before, they're very impressive. They won the ball in tight, and then the way they spread and use the footy is obviously second to none. So that's a pretty tough game on the weekend.
With your own form, you must be pretty pleased. Probably one of the club's best showings against Buddy for a long time.
Yeah, he's had the wood on us of late. I think he's averaging about 5 or 6 goals against us. So yeah, it was a tough day at the office, and I thought I held my own. But at the end of the day, he's kicked 3 and had a good last quarter. So it's a bit disappointing.
Is it frustrating just because you can hold him for that long, and then he ends up turning it on the last term, and it turns out from what had been a really good day into not being such a great day?
Yeah, it is. I guess that's the nature of being a defender and playing on the best players in the competition. That can happen. All they need is a couple of opportunities and they kick a couple of goals, so it's tough.
Do you expect to see any time up forward this year, or are you pretty set in defence?
No, I think I'll stay down back. The form of Jakey Carlisle, Joey Danaher and Paddy Ambrose in the pre-season has been very exciting, and I think the more that they play together and the more they gel, I won't be needed down there.
How do you think you can take your game forward after it was probably your most consistent year last year?
I guess there's still a few things I need to work on. Obviously, basic defence, playing on the guys who are a fair bit bigger than me is going to be tough, and also just the attacking side of my game, getting involved a bit more and getting a bit more of the footy is one thing I'm working on.
It's been a consistent theme from a lot of the Essendon guys that there is this sort of freedom and relief that you are playing with. Do you definitely feel that?
Well, sort of game days, it's hard to say if you've got that freedom, but I guess last week was great for us. Bit of a weight off the shoulders, and to go forward now with that not over our head is going to be helpful.
Can you describe the contrast between today and this time last week?
It's like apples and oranges. Completely different. Last week was obviously a stressful time for all of us, and coming in this morning, although it's coming off a loss, it's still nice.